You'll notice there's a small pool of water here, just for the heck of it. Let's do Cryonis. That's really just for the heck of it. But, to tell you the truth, I know I could have used the rock right next to it, but it's kind of fun using Cryonis where you don't really need to. And especially in the desert. I mean, there's this little pool of water in the desert. Let's Cryonis it. I like that this has a bunch of short ledges rather than just one long climb, because some of these areas in the desert area can really be annoying in terms of long climbs. Sure. And here is a zap shroom. Oh, and there's a Lysol over there. I don't want to wake him up. He probably has some attacks I would not be fond of. One of the things that's going on here is that we have a gateway to the desert. And you can see the desert right over here. We're above that right up here. But you can actually see the rock that kind of forms a natural gate. But I'm going to go over to the other side. I'm going to paraglide over here and start climbing. Yeah, it looks like it was like right about here. I'm just going to go up. Yeah, I can see the star on my map now. Like I said, I'm not going to use my mushroom skewers unless I have to. And now that I have the extra stamina rings, I'm not going to have to right here. But if I start to lose too much of my extra stamina, I will do that. I may lose just a tiny bit here. But those mushroom skewers are a pretty valuable resource. So they're kind of like my ace in the hole. Actually, I am losing quite a bit of stamina. But okay. But what I really need to do is go up before I can do that. And I think that this is probably where I'm going to be using my mushroom skewers. Or at least my first one. Okay. You can see how much faster Link climbs with 2 times speed. He has about 5 minutes on this. So he could actually make quite a bit of progress, but we don't want to go up that hill too far. Because if we do that, then we're getting into the cold. And I believe that you can kind of run along this ledge for quite a ways. And here we are. This is where we want to be. And I am going to change out of Majora's Mask and back into my climber's bandana. And hopefully I'm at the correct angle for climbing, for paragliding down to the tower. Yeah. And I'm not going to talk to Cass again, but I will get around to him. I have played accordion professionally in an Irish band. And I'm not going to tell you my favorite gig right now. But I had one really cool gig. Well, I had a lot of really cool gigs. But I had one particularly cool gig at the Viper Room a long time ago in the early 90s. And maybe I'll tell you about it sometime. Now, the reason we have been making our way over to this tower is not only to open up the map for the desert, but also because there's a nice stash of weapons here. So as you can see, the way I came in was one of those excavation sites. But I'm going to head in a different direction. The excavation site, which I will probably be back to explore at another time. As you can see, I was estimating where this would be, and I have it a little bit southwest of here, but that pin helped me get in the right direction. Where I really want to go now is here. I've still got the hasty mushroom skewer going, so this climb should be pretty easy. There's usually a couple of wolves up here. Yeah. Dang. Those bombs really don't do a lot of damage. I usually prefer using bombs on wolves to actually taking out my weapons because bombs usually do the trick. But I guess before you upgrade your bombs, they don't really do that well. So I am going to change the stasis here. I'm gonna wait for it to go because I did the wrong thing. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. I'm going to be dropping a bunch of junk weapons now. So let's see, what all do I want to drop? Because as you can see, what I've got here is I've got a Gerudo spear. I've got a Gerudo shield. I can pick that up right away. I've got a Gerudo bow. I can pick that up right away. I think I need to make room for these other weapons, though, the melee weapons. So let's go into my inventory and go to my weapons. And I can drop that. And I can definitely drop that. I'll keep the core oak branches for now. Here's a Gerudo spear. Edge of Duality. Look at that, 50 hit points. And a Moonlight Scimitar, 25 hit points. And now some chests. Opal. A gold rupee, that is worth 300 rupees. So I now have more money than I've had in the game, even though I've spent a little bit of money. And let's see. Okay, there we go. More bomb arrows. Nice. I have 10 bomb arrows. That's pretty good.